Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to explain how to analyze the frame by using the moment distribution method. So as you can see that analyze the frame as shown by moment distribution method. If yielding of support A is permitted and given as downward displacement is 50 by EI, horizontal displacement is 77 by EI, anti-clockwise rotation is 6.25 by EI. So there is yielding at support A and we are having a fixed support at D and fixed support at A, only one external load 10 kilonewton on the acting on the joint. Now as per the procedure, the first step is calculation of fixed end moments. FEM means fixed end moments. So we have to calculate the fixed end moments for all the members given in the frame. Once if you observe the frame, there is only one load which is acting on the joint. So it doesn't produce any fixed end moment. If this load is acting on the member, then it will produce the moment and we can calculate the fixed end moments by using the standard formulas. But it is acting on the joint. We cannot take this as calculation of fixed end moments. Okay. Other than this load, there is no load. Therefore, all the fixed end moments are equal to 0. So that is what I have written here. MFDC equal to MFCD equal to MFCB equal to MFBC equal to MFBA equal to MFAB equal to 0. So all the fixed end moments are equal to 0. So this is due to the external loads. Okay. Due to the external loads, the fixed end moments are 0. But there is yielding at support A. So some fixed end moments are developed due to this yielding. So we have to take those fixed end moments. In the introduction video, I have explained that the fixed end moments may develop due to either external loads or sinking or rotation. So due to external loads, there are no fixed end moments, but due to the yielding of support, development of fixed end moments. So we have to calculate those moments. So I will calculate the fixed end moments now due to the yielding. Okay. Now due to the yielding of supports. So there is only one support that is yielding. Due to this support, what are the fixed end moments developed? For example, first I will take member CD. So as per the process, I am calculating MFDC. So starting from this point, I am calculating all the fixed end moments. There is no yielding at support D, then it will be 0. There won't be any fixed end moment. And similarly for MFCD also, there is no yielding. So there won't be any other yielding here also. So MFCD is also 0. So we have calculated the MFDC and MFCD. Now we have to calculate the member in BC and AB. MF, the next moment will be, we have completed DC and CD. Now take CB. Okay, MFCB equal to. Okay. Now before calculating the fixed end moments, check whether, now we have to check whether there is any displacement in the member BC or not. So if you take joint C, there is no displacement. But if you take joint B, due to the downward displacement of support A, so this support, whatever the support you are having at this point, the support is displacing downward. So it is given in the question, downward displacement at support A is 50 by EI. So this particular amount is the downward displacement and the support A is sinking downwards. Due to the sinking of downwards, if this is the member, so BC, okay. So if this is the member BC, if this support is sinking downwards, then the member also sink downwards. So the displacement is in vertical direction. So we are considering the downward displacement, that is vertical displacement is 50 by EI. So as per the formula to calculate the fixed end moment, if there is any sinking of support, then we have to use this formula, minus 6EI delta by L square. So support A is sinking by certain amount, then B also sink by the same amount. So since there is a sinking of support, we have to use this formula for the calculation of fixed end moments. So the same formula I am writing here, minus 6EI delta by L square. Now after writing the formula, I have substituted the same values. Okay, minus 6. So minus 6 into I value for the member BC is given as 4i. So I have written 4i. E value is not given in the question, so I have left as it is E. by L square means it is 10 square. So the remaining is delta. Delta is the displacement or deflection of the member. So this is a beam member and we are having any vertical deflection. So this is a beam member. I have explained you which deflection we have to take. So due to the sinking of support A, the support B also sinking by the same amount. So that amount is written here. Downward displacement 50 by EI. The value is minus 12 kilonewton meter. After MFCB, now take MFBC. So now MFBC, the formula is again same, minus 6 EI delta by L square. So substitute the values. Minus 6 into E value is not given in the question. So E and I value for the member BC is 4I. So 4I divided by L square means 10 square into the remaining term is delta. The sinking, the settlement at B is 50 by EI. So again the same value minus 12 kilonewton meter. Okay. This is due to, I am writing here, this is due to the downward displacement. So we have calculated this part. Now we have to include the effect of horizontal displacement and anti-clockwise rotation in member AB. We have to calculate the fixed end moments which are developed due to the horizontal displacement and anti-clockwise rotation. So next we have to calculate the fixed end moment in the member AB. So in the question if you observe, so there are mainly three effects. Okay, one is the downward displacement, the other one is the horizontal displacement and the other one is anti-clockwise rotation. So the effect of downward displacement is considered while calculation of MFCB and MFBC because the beam is just, the joint is sinking downwards. So we have taken the downward displacement. So the effect of downward displacement is already considered while calculation of MFCB and MFBC. The remaining two effects are horizontal displacement and anti-clockwise rotation, and these two effects should be considered while calculating the fixed end moments in the member AB. That means fixed end moment developed due to horizontal displacement plus fixed end moment developed due to anti-clockwise rotation. I am writing here. So fixed end moment developed due to horizontal displacement plus fixed end moment developed due to anti-clockwise rotation. Okay, so we have to add the fixed end moments which are developed due to these two effects. Okay, now the fixed end moment due to horizontal displacement is calculated by using this formula. Okay, so wherever the displacement is occurring, we have to use this formula because delta is nothing but displacement. It may be whether upward or downward, it may be sinking or any other displacement. Okay, so for the horizontal, so fixed end moment developed due to horizontal displacement is minus 6EI delta by L square. So I am writing here minus 6EI delta by L square plus now fixed end moment due to anti-clockwise rotation. So we have to use this formula, that is 4EI theta by L, because here the rotation is occurring at the support A. We are calculating moment at A. So we have to use the first formula. We have written both the formulas, that is fixed end moment developed due to horizontal displacement plus fixed end moment developed due to anti-clockwise rotation. So we have covered these two effects also in the calculation of fixed end moments of AB. Substitute the values which are known. So I am substituting minus 6 into E into I value for the member AB is I and delta is the horizontal displacement. In the question it is given as 77 by EI, minus 77 by EI, since it is moving in right side direction, and the L square is 5 square plus 4 EI theta by L. 4 is E, there is no change, and I value is I, and theta is the anti-clockwise rotation. So it is given in the question that minus 6.25 by EI. The minus is due to the anti-clockwise rotation divided by length is 5 meters. The value is 13.48 kilonewton meter. So similarly we have to calculate the MFBA. The formula for MFBA is again same, fixed end moment due to horizontal displacement plus fixed end moment due to anti-clockwise rotation. Okay, now again same formula, horizontal displacement, that is minus 6ei, I am writing here minus 6ei delta by L square, plus again fixed end moment due to anti-clockwise rotation. If this is 4 ei theta by L, then half of the moment is carried to the other joint. So half of this value is 2 ei theta by L. So whatever the value 4 we are having, we have to make the half and we have to write here. Now again substitute the value, 6 into E into I value is I, and delta is nothing but 77 by EI. Since it is moving in right side direction, it is minus, and again 5 square. So the sinking is in right side direction. Okay, so I have written minus 77. 4 again here it is. Now again substitute these values also. 2 into E value is E, and again I is not given, I value is I, and theta is the anti-clockwise rotation, minus 6.25 by EI by 5. So the value is obtained as 15.98 kilonewton meter. So these are the fixed end moments we have obtained after substitution. So after completion of calculation of fixed end moments, the second step is the calculation of distribution factor. So as you can see here, this is the format of the table: joint, member, mk, sigma mk, and distribution factor. So first of all, joint. So place all the joints whatever you are having in the frame. C and B are the joints. So I am writing C and B. And next, members. At joint C, what are the members you are having? One member is, so here you can see that CD and CB. So write CD and CB. Similarly, whatever the members you are having at B, you have to write here BC and BA. BC and BA. So you are having two members BC and BA. So BC and BA. The next one is the calculation of MK. K is the stiffness factor, M is the constant. So for the fixed supports, the value of M equal to 1, and for the hinged supports, the value of M equal to 0.75. So in the given frame, there are no hinged supports. So all are fixed supports. Therefore M equal to 1. So now K, stiffness factor. The formula for stiffness factor is I by L. So first of all, CD. For the member CD, the I value is given as 4I. So the formula is I by L. So I value for the member CD is 4I by length. It is 10 meters. So 10 meters. Similarly for CB, for the member CB, the I value is given as 4I divided by length. It is 10 meters. Similarly for member BC, so this is the member BC, 4I by 10, and for the similarly for the member BA, the value is I and the length is 5. So I by L is I by 5. So sigma mk. So we have to add these two values and write the value here. 4I by 10 plus 4I by 10 is 4I by 5. So 4I by 10 plus I by 5 is 3I by 5. And distribution factor, the formula for distribution factor is mk by sigma mk. So 4I by 10 whole divided by 4I by 5. The value is 0.5. Again 4I by 10 whole divided by 4I by 5. Again 0.5. Similarly here 4I by 10 whole divided by 3I by 5. The value is 2 by 3. I by 5 whole divided by 3I by 5. The value is 1 by 3. So the formula for distribution factor is mk whole divided by sigma mk. So this is the mk value and this is the sigma mk value. This is mk, sigma mk, mk, sigma mk, mk, sigma mk. So you have to divide each value with this value and write the distribution factor. So this is the distribution factor. So another thing is that when you add these two values, you should get 1. So 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1. So when you add these two values, you should get 1. So that is the check for distribution factors. Now the third step is non-sway analysis. So this is the format of the table: joint, member, distribution factor, and final fixed end moment. Now we have to write all the joints we are having: D, C, B, A. So these are the joints and supports. So D, C, B, and A. If you want, you can include the remarks column also. So if you want, you can include, otherwise no problem. Now DCBA. So I have written all the joints and support. Now what are the members we are having at that joints? If you see in the frame, at joint or support D, we are having only one member, DC. So I am writing DC. At joint C, we are having two members, that is CD and CB. So CD, CB. At joint B, we are having two members, BC and BA. BC, BA. And at A, we are having only one member, AB. The distribution factor for joint D, there won't be any distribution factor for supports. Okay, at supports there won't be any distribution factor. Similarly, A also doesn't have any distribution factor. So now we have to place the distribution factors which we have already calculated in the step 2. Now these are the distribution factors. We have to place the values. For member CD, the distribution factor is 0.5. For the member CB, again 0.5. For BC, it is 2 by 3, and BA, it is 1 by 3. Now we have to place the final fixed end moments which are calculated in the step 1. Now here you can see that from the step 1, we got MFAB equal to 13.48. So I will write here. Sorry, not here. MFAB equal to 13.48. Now I will write here 13.48. And MFBA is 15.98. So 15.98. And similarly MFDC and CD are 0. So these two values will be 0. MFCB is minus 12. So I am writing minus 12. And MFBC is again minus 12. So till now we have placed all the values we have calculated in step 1 and step 2. From here onwards we have to start the cyclic process. So from here we have to start the balancing and carryovers. Now the balancing is, I am writing BAL. So initially there is nothing to balance here. Now we have to balance these two members. So in order to balance, 0 plus this value, 0 plus of minus 12. 0 minus 12 is minus 12. We have to change the sign. That means plus 12. That plus 12 into 0.5. That means half. So I am repeating again. Add these two values. Add these two values. 0 plus of minus 12. That means 0 minus 12 is again minus 12. So we have to change the sign. Minus 12 becomes plus 12. And plus 12 into 0.5. The value is 6. And again the plus 12 into 0.5 is 6. So similarly we have to add these two values. If you add these two values, minus 12 plus 15.98, you will get 3.98. You have to change the sign. Now we have to change the sign. That means minus 3.98. Minus 3.98 into 2 by 3. This is the value. Minus 3.98 into 1 by 3. This is the value. And here there won't be any balancing. Now after balancing we have to calculate the carryovers. So whatever the value you are having here, half of the value is carried to the next joint. 6 by 2 is, so half of the 6 is 3. So here you no need to change the sign. Here there is nothing. That means 0. Again here will be 0. Okay. If you want you can write it as 0 also. No problem. So we have to carry to this and this. Okay. Again, whatever the value you are having here, half of the value is carried to the next joint, and whatever the value is here carried to the next joint. Half of 2.66 is 1.33. You are having negative sign, so negative 1.33. Half of the value of 6 is 3. So again here we are having 0. So again 0. Minus 1.33. half of the value is minus 0.67. Now after again balancing, there is nothing to balance here. Okay, now add these two values, 0 minus 1.33, it is minus 1.33. You have to change the sign, therefore it will become 1.33. 1.33 into 0.5, it is 0.67. Again that 1.33 into 0.5, it is 0.67. After changing the sign, then multiply with these distribution factors. Okay, now again add these two values, 3 plus 0, it is 3. So we have to change the sign, 3 becomes minus 3 into 2 by 3, that means minus 2. Minus 3 into 1 by 3, it is minus 1. Again it will be 0. Now again carry over. Half of the 0.67 is 0.33. So we have to carry in this manner. So 0 by 2 is 0. Minus 2 by 2 is minus 1. 0.67 divided by 2 is 0.33. Again 0 by 2 is 0. Minus 1 by 2 is minus 0.5. Again balance. Similarly, you have to repeat the procedure number of times until you get the 0.0 nearest value of 0.01. Now I calculated the remaining values. Okay, again balance carry over, balance carry over, balance carry over. So similarly I have repeated number of times and I have stopped at a particular point where I will get 0.0 nearest value of 0.01. Okay, you can get 0.0, after that you can get any value, you can stop at that point. Now what you should do is that from the final fixed end moments, add all these values and write here. Okay, so sigma equal to, so start adding from here, from 0, from last value. Okay, the value after adding all these columns, I have obtained the value as 3.68. Now again start from here and add all the values, it is 7.28. Again start from here and add all the values, you will get minus 7.28. So on adding all these values, minus 13.45, this is plus 13.45, and this one is 12.21. So this is about the, so here non-sway analysis. We have completed the non-sway analysis, but this the given frame is a sway frame. We have to perform the sway analysis also in the similar way. Now coming to the sway analysis, the format of table is similar to the non-sway analysis table. Okay, just now we have performed the non-sway analysis. Okay, so the same format is implemented here also. Okay, joint member distribution factor, joint member distribution factor. So the same joints I have written here, same members, and distribution factors does not change. Okay, so same distribution factors have to be placed here. Now while writing the fixed end moments in the sway analysis, we have to assume certain value. You can assume any value as the fixed end moments. So we are assuming the fixed end moments in the column members. Okay, so the most important thing is the column members. So in the given frame, CD and AB are the columns. So we have to assume the fixed end moments in CD and AB as something. Okay, you can take any value, whether it may be 0, 100 or anything. So 100 is the best number for assuming the fixed end moments. But for example, I am explaining you by taking a value of 90. So I am assuming 90. Okay, only for the column members. The remaining members will be 0. BC and CB are the horizontal members. So there won't be any fixed end moments because there won't be any sway in the horizontal members. The sway is only in the member CD and DC, B and AB, because AB and CD are column members. Now again perform the balancing and carry over operations. So now there won't be any balancing here. For example, I am writing here 0. Now if you add these two values, that means 90 plus 0 is plus 90. So you have to change the value so that it will become minus 90. Now minus 90 into 0.5, it is minus 45. Again minus 90 into 0.5 is minus 45. Now add these two values, you will get plus 90. 0 plus 90 is 90. Plus 90, we are changing the sign. So it will become again minus 90. Minus 90 into 2 by 3 is minus 60. Again minus 90 into 1 by 3 is minus 30. So it is 0. So there won't be balancing in for single members. So after balancing, now we have to carry over. So half of this value is carried to this joint. 45 by 2, it is minus 22.5. Sorry, minus 22.5. No need to change the sign here. And 0 by 2 is 0. Minus 60 by 2 is minus 30. Minus 45 by 2 is minus 22.5. 0 by 2 is 0 and minus 30 by 2 is minus 15. Again we have completed one cycle, balance and carry over. Now again balancing. Okay, now there won't be balancing for this member. Now add these two values, 0 plus of minus 30. Okay, sorry, 0 plus of minus 30. 0 minus 30 is minus 30. You have to change the sign so that it will become plus 30. Now plus 30 into 0.5 is plus 15. Plus 30 into 0.5 is again plus 15. Now add these two values, minus 22.5 plus 0. It is minus 22.5. You have to change the sign so that it will become plus 22.5. Plus 22.5 into 2 by 3. The value is 15. Again plus 22.5 into 1 by 3. The value is 7.5. So here 0. Again after balancing, carry over. Half of the value of 15 is 7.5. 0 by 2 is 0. Again 15 by 2 is 7.5. 15 by 2 is again 7.5. 0 by 2 is 0. 7.5 by 2 is 3.75. So in the similar manner we have to proceed further. Similarly, I have calculated for the remaining cycles also, and I have stopped at the point where I am getting the 0.01 accuracy. So there is no rule that you should get always 0.01. Okay, you can also get 0.0. After that you can get any number. So up to here the accuracy is sufficient for manual calculations. Okay, now starting from the fixed end moments, whatever the value you are having, from here onwards start adding all the values till the last column. Okay, from this value to this value you have to add all the columns and place the final values here. Now on adding all the values, these are the final values I got for each member. Okay, now we have completed the non-sway analysis and the sway analysis. Now after the non-sway and sway analysis, the next step is to calculate the final moments. The formula for calculating final moments is non-sway moment plus sway moment into x. Okay, so we know the non-sway moments we have calculated in the non-sway analysis, and we also know the sway moments we have calculated in the sway analysis, but we don't know the value of x. Okay, so in order to calculate the final moment we have to find the value of x. But before finding the value of x, we should write the final moment equations. For example, first of all we will calculate the moment equation for MDC. MDC equal to non-sway moment of MDC. Okay, so this is the non-sway analysis for DC member. We have got 3.61. so place the 3.61 here. Again plus, so plus sway moment of MDC. So in the sway analysis, this is the sway analysis. This is the value which we have obtained for MDC. So place that value 73.64 into multiplied by x. So this is one equation. So after MDC we have to write for MCD. Again for MCD, non-sway moment. This is the non-sway analysis. For the CD member we got 7.28. So 7.28 plus again sway moment. In the sway analysis, this is the sway analysis for CD member, the value is 57.27. So 57.27 multiplied by x. In the similar way, write for the MCB, MBC, MBA and MAB. Similarly, for all the members, write the equations in the similar manner. So for all the members, I have written the equations. Now we have to find the value of x. So in order to find the value of x, we should write the shear equation. So we have to use the shear condition. From that shear condition, we have to write the shear equations in order to get the value of x. So in order to apply the shear condition, we should know on what members we should apply the shear condition. So the shear condition is mainly applied on the moments in the columns and moments due to loads. First of all, we will see the moments in the columns. So to write the shear equation, first of all we will consider the moments in the columns. So for example, this is one column MCD. So there are two moments. One is MDC and MCD. So I will write that MDC plus MCD, the sum of two moments divided by total length, that means 10 meters, plus again this is also a column. So there are two moments MAB and MBA. So MBA plus MAB divided by the length 5 meters. So we have completed applying the moments due to moments in the columns. Now we have to consider due to the loads. There is only one load. So I am taking moment about this fixed support D. So if I take the moment about point D, this is the column member. This 10 kilonewton load is pushing the column in clockwise direction. So I am taking clockwise as positive. So the moment at this point is 10 into the perpendicular distance, load into perpendicular distance, 10 into 10 into 10 whole divided by again total length of the member, it is again 10, finally equated to 0. So on simplifying this equation, I got this equation. Now MDC, you know MDC, MCD, MBA and MAB. So there are equations here. Place MDC, that means this equation should be substituted here. Again MCD, this equation should be substituted here, and 2 into MBA. So MBA, this equation is multiplied by 2 and substituted here. Again MAB, this equation is multiplied by 2 and substituted here. We should add all the values and equate it to minus 100 so that we will get the value of x. So now I have substituted all the equations which are obtained from here in this equation and finally equate it to minus 100, and I have found the value as x equal to minus 0.388. Now take this x value and place in this equation so that you will get the moment in DC. So similarly substitute this x value, that means minus 0.388 in this equation to get CD. So similarly substitute all the x values in these equations, you will get the final moments. So after substituting the x value in these equations, I got the final moments as minus 24.97, minus 14.94, plus 14.94, 11.94, minus 11.94, minus 17.96. So these are the final moments I have obtained after substituting the x value. I have explained the similar problem in the slope deflection method. So you can check these values with that method. There will be slight variation, but nearly equal, the values are equal. So we have calculated the final moments. Now we have to draw the bending moment diagram. So this is the bending moment diagram which I have obtained in the slope deflection method. The same bending moment diagram will be obtained if you plot these values also. So if you don't know how to draw the bending moment diagram, I have made a separate video on how to draw the bending moment diagram for the frames. The link will be in the description. If you haven't watched that video, you can watch that video. This is the bending moment diagram which I have obtained. So in the slope deflection method also, this is the bending moment diagram. Here also the same bending moment diagram, but the values are nearly equal to these values. So this is the process of analyzing the frame by using the moment distribution method. Thank you.